talk about it. Though I don't want to get too deep into it because she's literally an alcoholic who needs rehab ASAP. It's ruining her life. Did the tweets get deleted? Thanks to the resub, Jesus. And the 20 gift subs, Champ. Thank you, Champ. I really appreciate that. I can't find the tweet, so I'll just look for it here. Where's it at? It was in the lowlights.
Watched my content, you've seen Minx and I used to be very close, and now I've separated myself from her completely. However, this is a person that I did used to care about, even though I do feel as though I've lost her. I don't recognize her anymore as a human. Not like as a human, but I'm saying like she's not the same person when I talk to her. I do not know what happened.
Really appreciate it, Champ.
Thank you for the 5 gift subs, suffers from mental health issues. I am not kidding you when I say I've tried to do everything. And anyway, she reaches out to me out of the blue a few weeks ago and brings up streamer awards, and I have a moment where I think, you know what, this is again a person I really have cared about for so many years. I'm going to give her another chance. And I said, Minx, because she told me she bought tickets for the balcony. I said, Minx, you can come sit on the floor with all the other streamers. You have to promise me one thing. And she was like, what? Anything. And I said, do not drink.
So you can see where everything went wrong. Thanks to Prime Bubsy. Minx has had a known problem with alcohol. It's something that she struggled with, something she's talked about before, something a lot of people had tried to get her help with. Unfortunately, it seems to be no avail. At the Streamer Awards, specifically at the after party, I believe, she was absolutely fucking hammered. Apparently annihilated. To the point where I guess, at least based on the clips I've seen of XQC's stream, she was like smashing up the house, like very rambunctious. She was like trying to throw people in the pool. Eventually, I think they had to get like assistance, and she ended up in the hospital, where she claimed that she had been pushed and had a seizure and was in the hospital being treated for seizures. And people said, that's not exactly what happened. Nobody pushed you, and it wasn't a seizure. XQC claimed that she was like borderline fucking unresponsive when help arrived.
We should like the fire trucks get there first, but she was just completely unresponsive, right? Before the dudes get there and it's starting, you know, like doing a thing. I sat down and I tried to be like, you know, yo, are you there? And try to connect and see if she's around, you know, like there. And well, I'm telling you, she just wasn't. It was just GG.
So after that, after the help arrived, the party was shut down. I think I read somewhere it was about some deal with the venue where things wouldn't get out of control. Clearly, since Minx was this fucked up, things were a little out of control, and they were forced to leave. Thus, the after party had to get shut down. GG, as XQC elegantly puts it. So it's just been this huge thing. Minx clearly feels very bad about it. She keeps saying that she'll pay for the cost, but doesn't recognize that the cost isn't really the issue. It's you need help. You said you weren't going to drink. You drank. It was a problem. It's time to get help. That's the big thing. Thanks to the Prime. Graham. Resub Mellow. Resub Cole. Well, when it comes to addiction, it's always like a mental thing. 100%. Like, yeah, addiction is a scary thing. Alcohol addiction, that's fucking terrifying. That ruins lives. It's a serious issue that requires professional help when it reaches that level. 100%. Yeah. It's a physical thing too. Well, I mean, yeah, obviously. Well, clearly, yeah. But it's not like it's only a physical thing. It's clearly a mental thing as well. It's serious. So hopefully this will be that wake-up call where she does get the help that she needs for it and gets better for it. Just a sad situation, though. Thanks for resub Adwad, Psycho, and the Prime Chris. If she was on weed, it wouldn't have been crazy. Why is it... This happens almost every time alcohol's mentioned on stream. People immediately be like, well, if only it was weed. What? Why is it like a head-to-head competition between alcohol and weed? Obviously, weed... Obviously, weed isn't going to have the same response as, like, alcoholism. Clearly. I don't even understand, like, the crossover. It's not like a fight, a battle, where it's one or the other. It has nothing to do with anything. Like, obviously, if she just loved smoking weed, it wouldn't have been the same set of circumstances, but it has nothing to do with fucking anything. Literally nothing. You could also say, if only she was addicted to RuneScape, she would have just been grinding on her phone instead of drinking alcohol. Like, it's a worthless statement. Is the prime oxidized in the resub J in the bits velocity? In the resub Johnny. People bring it up because alcohol is legal and weed still isn't in a lot of places. Well, yeah, and that's stupid. I don't know how many times I need to say that that's stupid. Yes, I completely agree. But it's also, like, that has nothing to do with anything we're talking about. I'm not the regulator. I'm not making the laws, like this isn't a case, like, time to, legalize weed because of this instance or anything. It doesn't have anything to do with anything, with what we're talking about. Like, it's not, like, we're not in Congress right now, like, debating laws.